guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Reeves Subaru in Tampa, Florida, and guess what? We have it. This is one of just 250 being built. This is a 2020 Subaru WRX STI Series White Edition. But before we dive into this one, let's talk a little bit about Subaru history. That iconic brand really made a name for itself with its all-wheel drive system, so many rally stage wins, so many rally championships along the years. The WRX and the STI really have been that go-to for the ultimate in all-wheel drive turbocharged performance from Subaru. Now the STI takes it to the highest level where you're gonna get extra horsepower, you're gonna get a very, very special layout of its all-wheel drive system, which we'll talk about a little bit more. And now it's last year, this is the final year of that EJ motor, the 2.5 liter flat four turbocharged engine. What better way to end it than with a Series White Edition? This one is featured in what's being called ceramic white. Now, if you think it's just a paint job and that's about it, you're wrong, because underneath each of those fenders are some special suspension pieces. And I don't know if you noticed those bronze colored wheels. Those are forged BBS wheels. So let's go ahead, dive into this 2020 STI Series White and see what makes it so special. Right off the bat, like I was saying, that ceramic white color, so bright, so it just pops in the sun. It's impossible not to notice it. Now, with the STI, you're gonna get full LED headlights. They're active headlights, which means that they're going to actually pivot when you turn the steering wheel. LED daytime running lamps. New for 2020 is the lower air intake areas on both corners. This is functional, looks so much better than what they had from 2018 and 2019. And I like the way it's got a little bit of that gloss metallic around the corner area. The rest of it is flat black, and there is that functionality. Now, when we come across the grille area, specific to the Series White is the cherry blossom striping in the center of the grille. I think it's a nice touch. If you look at the Type RA, if you look at the S209, their cherry blossom striping is along the bottom portion. This being in the middle helps it stand out and makes it more unique. You have your cherry blossom STI badge, Subaru Technica International. They're the ones that really made those world rally cars what they were, along with a company called ProDrive based out of England. This lower area, this was changed up in 2018, still remains the same, very aggressive, very low, very wide. As we go up onto that ceramic white hood, of course, no STI is complete without that functional scoop there that isn't just a stick-on scoop like so many other brands put on their cars. It looks like a pencil box. This is gonna flow a ton of air because underneath the hood is a top mount intercooler for the whole turbocharged system. Now, when we come around the bend, here is what we're talking about specialness with this Series White. These are the wheels taken right off of the Subaru STI Type RA from 2018, forged BBS. So BBS, very famous brand. These being forged are actually lighter and stronger than cast aluminum. That's gonna help cut down on your rotating mass. You're still gonna have the 6-piston Brembo calipers, and just like the S209, just like the Type RA, they're finished in that bright silver with the black STI script. Another thing that may not seem like a big deal, and I feel like people kind of just forget about, are the tires. For this car, these are wrapped in those sticky, very sticky Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires. It's a track day specific tire wrapped around those forged wheels underneath the fenders. Ever heard of a company called Bilstein? Very famous German brand. The dampers at all four corners have been specially tuned for the STI. That has also been taken off of the Type RA and the S209. So even though, like I said, from a performance standpoint, this isn't at the S209 level, you are getting some extra performance goodies that will make you faster. These tires, they stick better to the track, will help you turn faster lap times. Now, when we go down the side, everything's gonna be blacked out. You have your blacked out STI badges on the side. I like the way they kept the cherry blossom color inside. You're gonna get black mirror caps, and a black shark antenna fin up there. Still has that same great lower sill. Remember, this overall generation started in 2015. So we're 5 years in. They say that this is it. 2021 is supposed to be the big change. Should you wait? Should you jump on this? I don't know. 250 of them? That's almost as rare as the S209. The S209, they made 209 of them. This, 250. Keep working our way back. Just love the overall lines. The white really shows the body lines of the STI. And then, of course, no STI is complete without its massive rear wing. This is a functional piece at around 80 miles an hour. This will produce downforce. We drop down, you're gonna get those same great LED brake lights, blacked out badging, your symmetrical all-wheel drive badge. There's our STI badge on the other side. From the back end, this is the same as 2015, so nothing has really changed. You have a nice size rear diffuser and that quad exhaust. It would have been nice if they would have put the exhaust from the S209 on this Series White, but hey, you still have some of those other touches. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and check out that 2.5 liter flat 4 turbocharged engine. All right guys, we got the hood pop. You do have hydraulic hood struts. This is it. This is the last year of that EJ motor. Like I was saying, that's a 2.5 liter flat 4 engine. It's basically been the same engine that's been around since 2004, which is the first year that the STI was sold here in the United States. There have been a couple upgrades as of recent, different pistons, different ECU tuning. It's gonna give you 310 horsepower, 290 pound-feet of torque. It's all mated to the only transmission you could get on an STI, a very nice slick shifting 6-speed manual transmission, different than the one on the WRX. This car weighs a skosh over 3,400 pounds. 0 to 60, if you know how to dance, 0 to 60 about 4.9 seconds, top speed 159 miles an hour, MPGs 17 in the city, 22 on the highway. I'll be honest, I know a lot of people were wishing that this engine would have changed years ago. It still has a sweet spot in my heart with overall drivability. Anytime I pop the hood, I love seeing that nice powder coated finish on the intake plenum, that large intercooler, and there's no plastic really covering anything, which makes it nice, especially for a car enthusiast. If you know what you're looking at, you're gonna love looking at underneath the hood of this STI. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire it up and see what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside the 2020 Series White. I'll point it out one more time for you. 250 of these are being made. Now, if you go WRX, they're gonna make 500 of them. I know you're probably wondering, well, Joe, if this is a limited car and it's got some special bits on it, it must be pricey. MSRP is right around $45,000. Let's see what you get for the money. Now, to the door panels, that same setup as a standard STI. So you're gonna get your Alcantara, you're gonna get your red contrast stitching, gloss black around the controls for the door locks and the windows, soft touch across the top, and then a smaller pocket. You could definitely put a couple sushi rolls down there and maybe some ginseng water to wash it all down. When you get to the dash, everything else is the same. Soft touch, the gloss black. You have that nicely done hood over the top gauge pod up there where you have your boost gauge. You could scroll through a plethora of information, which is really nice, very clear graphic. Drop down, this is that 7-inch Starlink system. No navigation on this particular model, so I am gonna zonk it. I wish they would have kept the navigation. You do get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, push button start, dual climate control. You have a nice cubby down here. You can fill up with Skittles as you're going down your Series White, taste the rainbow. A 12 volt, that STI logo that lights up at night. If you notice how they've done the stitch work and everything in here, looks really, really great. If you haven't been in an STI in a while, they really have upped the interior. This is really where the magic happens. So your parents at home might have that room where they say the magic happens. This is where the magic happens, behind the wheel of the STI. Very short throw shifter, nice crisp engagement. And I'm telling you, if you're the type of person that likes to modify your Subaru, this will handle a lot of horsepower. It has the optional STI shift knob on it. You're gonna get your SI drive control, which is sport, sharp, and intelligent. That electronic center diff. So the all-wheel drive system on the STI is different than any other Subaru currently sold. It has an electronic center diff. You have a limited slip diff out front, out back, electronically controlled. You could actually send more power to the front or the rear, or you could also lock it out. Now, if you lock it out, don't drive it on asphalt because you'll burn up the diff. Don't do that. You have a nice cover here for your drinks. You have a good old-fashioned e-brake, heated seats. I like the armrest. It's just too low. I feel like if it's just up a little bit higher, which you can get an optional one. I don't advise it though because it's made out of rubber. So this is a nice Alcantara material. Here is your key fob, your standard Subaru key fob. It's a tasteful key fob, good size. And then with the Series White, you're going to get the Recaro seats with the STI embossed there. Love the piping, love the Alcantara. The bolstering could be a little bit higher on the bottom, but I think a lot of people are going to enjoy how comfortable they are. And then, of course, you're not complete without the red seat belts. Plenty of headroom, and this one has the optional auto-dimming mirror, which is a nice touch. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this STI Series White. All right, guys, business end. Here are your electric controls for the seat. They're 8-way adjustable. I just wish that this bolstering was a little bit higher and just the back bolstering was a little bit more intense. Nothing too much, but I think overall the seat is very, very comfortable. You have the nice aluminum plate down here, the STI plate, and then you have the best pedals in the business. Nice brushed aluminum, even the dead pedal, and they are perfect for dancing. If you know how to heel-toe downshift, this car is a dream to drive. Hydraulic steering, nope. No electric assist power steering, hydraulic power steering. Beautiful steering wheel, right out of a Subaru rally car. Love the flat bottom. Just a tad of gloss black. Other than that, it's flat black everywhere. And that instrumentation is so classy. You got the STI logo. It's backlit LED. That center display is digital, and that's where you could go into your different modes with the SI drive. There's Sport Sharp, there's Intelligent, and then you could also, like I said, send more power to the front or rear, or fully lock it out with the center diff, which is a nice extra touch that you don't see on cars nowadays. Overall, plenty of headroom, like I was saying. I feel ready to rock and roll, but why don't we go ahead, let's check out the back seat and see how much space you have back there. All right, guys, back seat time. One of the things that's so great about the Subaru WRX STI is that you have plenty of room back here. I'm 6 feet tall and I feel great, and it's gonna allow your passengers to really enjoy that driving experience. If you know how to carve corners, like you do the Thanksgiving Day turkey, they're gonna enjoy sitting back here. Full leather all the way around. Pockets for your Twizzlers, Jolly Ranchers. You can load this whole thing up just like Santa Claus loads up his sack with all the toys. No rear AC, which I've always scratched my head. I thought maybe they would have rear AC for the passengers back here, so we will zonk that. But the bigger thing, rather than the AC, is there's no connectivity, not even a 12 volt. I wish they would have done that, especially at $45,000. Armrest though, great height. It's nice and soft. 2 cup holders, and then your passengers get the same beautiful Alcantara. Of course, they get the red seat belts. They don't have to be jealous sitting back here, and the wonderful leather. But why don't we go ahead, let's check out the trunk, because I'm telling you, the room is gonna surprise you. All right, guys, time to check out the trunk. I've already popped it. Lifts up very nice and light. Love the nice large opening. Those seats are gonna fold down to the 60-40 split, and you could fit all the goodies you need for your next track day, for your next autocross event, and you're gonna have such a package because, yes, horsepower has not really been increased. 5 horsepower since 2004, but the key is the suspension, those wheels, and the sticky rubber that's wrapped around them. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's take the Series White for a spin. All right, guys, we left Reeve Subaru. We're in the 2020 Series White STI. Just a really special experience for me because I know this is just one of 250 that are being produced. Every time I get into one, I feel like it's like I'm putting on the perfect size shoe. Everything makes sense where it is. The gearbox is such a dream to row through. and just a wonderful feeling overall. All right, guys, one of the things I love about driving an STI is the clutch modulation is so easy. The pickup point is in the precise moment of pickup that you expect it to be in. It's not like an on-off switch whatsoever. The seats are comfy. I've been in, obviously, my Focus RS plenty to know that those Recaros really squeeze you tight. These, it's a nice compromise between too tight and just no bolstering whatsoever. Still would like just a little bit more, just a sprinkling of a little bit more on the bottom bolstering for sure. Visibility in these things is so awesome. I mean, it allows you to get a great view. You can see the hood scoop nicely, back out through the rear glass. You see the Subaru STI wing, but it doesn't block your vision. The way they shaped it is perfect. Would it be nice to have more horsepower? Sure. I'm not gonna sit here and say, hey, no, that would suck. But the car, I'm telling you, from a driving standpoint, will put a smile on your face. If you know how to drive manual and you do it well, this car is so engaging. The hydraulic steering is just something lost on new cars. So many new cars have electric power steering. The hydraulic power steering is just something so totally different. All right, guys, first gear, a little slow roll here on throttle. Into second, feeling really, really good. Into third, coming up for this right-hander. Look at this, wonderful. Look at, I love this car. Really handles well, sticks great. You have those Cup 2 tires that are gonna just, like gumballs, just stick to the road, along with the symmetrical all-wheel drive system. So not only do you have the sticky tires, but you're also getting a great all-wheel drive system. It's just such a fun car to drive. I'm gonna say it over and over again. It's just so much fun. All right, guys, even driving over rough pavement with the Bilstein dampers, it actually helps the overall drive. But here we go on throttle, into third, feeling good on the brakes, downshift in a second. Nice, look at this. Really great, handles amazing. Look at this. Yes. Really nice. You definitely can feel the difference between the stock suspension and the Bilstein suspension. Totally different experience, even over the torn up pavement. That's something that's surprising, because usually when you go a little bit more sport on suspension damping, you're gonna get a rougher ride. It's really gonna shake your kidneys around. But the way they have this tuned, it actually feels better driving it just normal on your daily commute. But when the road gets a little twisty, that's when it really even shines more. So you're getting the best of both worlds. All right, guys, here we go. Once again, towards the twisty bits. Downshift into third. Look at this. Wonderful feeling on the brakes. Just stays so planted. So planted. You get some nice sounds in here. Of course, a lot of people are gonna yank that stock exhaust off and really allow that boxer motor, because that's really where the car gets its own personality, is having that flat four. The pistons are going back and forth like punching gloves. And with the unequal length headers that this car has, it gives such a unique sound to it. And that's what is so invigorating as well to drive one of these, is that if you have one where the exhaust has been tuned a little bit. All right, guys, one last time through the twisty bits, just for you guys. I know you love these drives, and I love sharing them with you. On the brakes. Wow, look at this. This is so enjoyable. I love this car. This is such a great car. Decreasing radius, real nice. Coming out of the turn, and you just lay down the throttle. You don't have to worry about traction. That much fun. It is that much fun. But to drive it, like I said, every day, you get to enjoy being in a fun car and enjoying that driving experience. If for anything else, that's what this car is about. Are there faster cars in a straight line? Of course. Go get a Mustang GT. You'll smoke one of these. But you know what? In the twisty bits and just the overall feel, especially when you're driving down the road and you see another WRX or an STI and the person waves and you wave back at them, you're just part of the club, and that's what makes things extra special. All right, guys, like I was saying, the layout in here makes sense. I love how easy it is to get to the AC controls, the infotainment. Just really is a pleasure to drive these STIs. And it's gonna be interesting what the next gen is all about, but we're gonna go ahead, get back to Reeves Subaru and wrap this one up. So I will see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been another magical day here at Reeves Subaru. Definitely got to thank LD Pissandro and the rest of the crew calling me up as soon as this one rolled in off the truck. Is it time to finally get that WRX STI of your dreams? I say go for it. This car, 1 of 250, love the look, love the way it drives. Yes, the next generation they claim is going to have 400 horsepower, but there's a lot of other variables that we don't know yet that are yet to be discovered. Whereas here, you see the whole big picture and you're getting one of just 250. But if it's cars like these rally turbocharged all-wheel drive cars you like to see on the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radies Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Radies Rise merch. Got to give it out to Big Guns McGee working the camera. Loving this Series White as much as I do. Thank you, Tom, for your hard work. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.